Hello my darlings and welcome to another vlog. We are going to talk about the best decision of our lives. You know, you reach a point in your life when things are going splendid, wonderful, and even when the things go wrong, they are still going great. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, I'm so happy for you. If you don't know what I mean, bear with me. Have patience and maybe consider a change in your life, that kind of change that you never considered before, and then you are going to see some changes in your life. When you reach a point in your life when you have so much and you want more, like me, and you are starting to evaluate what have you done to reach in this point in order to determine what you have to do to get even further. I come up with a list of the best decision of my life so far. Of course, because it's very new, the first on the list is buying a house in Portugal. Well, this decision, being the first nominated, has a lot more depth than it would seem at the first sight. Buying a house in Portugal means so much more than just investing some money in Portugal. For us, it meant that we had to combine our finances. We were a couple, even if we are together like 10 years now, maybe a little more. We were a couple that had the finances separate. I mean, I'm an accountant, he's a lawyer. We know what could happen. We didn't meet earlier in life. When we met was 10 years ago, so we had like 28 years. We had previous relationships. We had a lot of problems in our previous relationships, and we knew about life and things that could happen. So when we got together, everyone kept the finances separate. Each and every one of us had their properties, their businesses, their money. When we decided to buy a house in Portugal, we didn't have enough financial power on our own. So I didn't have enough financial power and he didn't have enough financial power. So we had to take a leap of faith and combine some of our assets. It's easy when you have everything sorted out and everything is separate and everything is decided individually. It's so easy. It's so simple. It's so wonderful. I mean, it's so wonderful not to have to ask another person if you are allowed to do something with your money. But in this case, we take a leap of faith and we bought this property together. And this helped us a lot in our relationship because we had to make a lot of compromises. This property had to fit both our needs, and we said from the start that if we are not going to be 100% in agreement with one another, we are not going to buy it. It has to be a house that it is for both of us because it's only fair, and we've done it successfully. So this was one of the best decisions we made because it brought us closer together. Also, it was the first step we took to come out of the rat race, and also brought us together as a relationship because we made a lot of compromises in order to fit the life abroad for both of us. You know from our previous videos that I was ready to leave everything behind in Romania, but he was not, and we had to make some compromises in order to fit this life also for him, and also this brought us as humans more together. Because we made a business decision, an investment decision, also benefited our relationship, and this is why I put this on the first top shelf. We still have our separate businesses and individuality and separate money because this is who we are and it didn't change us completely, but we also have something together and we have the best of both worlds. Let's get past our relationship here and talk about the number 2 decision that was very important. It was very important for both of us, even if I was the one who made that decision and enforced it, but it benefited our relationship and also him as an individual. We got rid of toxic people. And he is a Libra in zodiac sign. He's a Libra and I'm Taurus. And he is that kind of person who is not touched by anything. It's such a quality to have in life, to be like a duck who gets through water without the feathers get wet. This is him through life, and I'm not like that. I get bothered even by the smallest thing, by a comment on the internet, or someone told me that I didn't do such a great job. Anything really. Really, if he tells me that, I don't know, this hat doesn't sit very well. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing the hat more on the side because both my mother and him told me that it doesn't fit me to wear it like that. So I moved it because I'm really bothered by anything that means the smallest critique bothers me. I know this is something I have to work on as a person. For now, this is where I am in my life, and he's not like that at all. He gets through critiques after critiques after critiques like nothing touches him, and I so admire this quality of him, and I have so much to learn from him. But I also suspect that being a Libra, he has help from the universe because I'm a Taurus and I don't have so much balance. He is balanced by nature. So he doesn't need to get rid of toxic people in his life. Actually, he doesn't have toxic people in his life because he didn't see them as toxic people, even if they are actually there. For him, they are not toxic. And the one who had to make the changes, it was me, because I had a lot of toxic people in my life, a lot of it. So they were persons from the family, they were toxic for me, but also a lot of friends. And also because I had this tendency to attract in my life people with negative behavior towards me. I managed in life with a lot of counsel and a lot of books read. I don't like to read, but I read a lot because I knew that it would help me, and a lot of personal growth, also with the help of results, because I took a step and I saw results, and I took another step and I saw results. If I didn't saw results in my steps, I would probably gave it up at any moment. I don't know, but I was fortunate enough to see results in my actions, and then I continued to do so, motivated by those results. So I actually was very fortunate. Another and the third good decision in my life was to work for me. So my road in life was somehow unusual at least from a Romanian point of view. I'm sure that if you are from US or another country, you are not going to find anything unusual in my road in life. But the things happened like that. My mother had an accounting firm. She got me working on this accounting firm because she taught me from I was 13 or 14 years old that I have to work for my money. She also paid me to work, so I had my own money very early in life. I didn't like particularly to work in accounting, but I liked very much to earn the money, and I did it. I learned fairly rapidly accounting because I also was taking class at an accounting high school. We had an accounting firm with people who worked for us, and I also liked to be the daughter's boss. I'm not going to hide that. I always liked to give orders and to tell people what to do. And even if I was at the beginning of my career and I didn't have a lot of expertise in accounting, I always was good of managing people, managing people's lives and managing people's businesses. This is something that I was born with. I also I don't know, I see the best option, the optimal option, and it doesn't matter if we are talking about your relationship, and if we are talking about your career, if you are talking about choices in life, your choices of friends, if you are talking about your business, it doesn't matter. I kind of have tunnel vision and I see the best option. This is truly a gift. If it's something that I do best and good in this life, it's that I am able to narrow down the most optimal decision for you, no matter what the subject is. So I did that, and I was able from a very younger age to manage some people that were twice my age. I took high school, and also I was fortunate enough to secure a spot in a faculty. Then I got an offer. I got an offer from Ernst & Young. Ernst & Young, Romania. I don't know how. I think I had a CV posted on LinkedIn. They got hold of my profile and they made me an offer. And that offer was so nice, so out of my reach. I was just a girl making accounting at the lowest level possible, and now a multinational company, Ernst & Young, was interested in me. And I was 18 years old, and I was so flattered and so impressed, and I took the decision to go work for them. And it was the best decision and the worst decision. It was the best decision because I saw what it means to work in a multinational company. I always wanted to be more than just an accountant, and to be an auditor, to be part of such an amazing and big company who put in front of me a world that I couldn't possibly dream of. It was like a fairy tale. I only lasted it 5 months. 5 months, not a second more. I only lasted 5 months because I had a boss who was less prepared than I, and I thought this is not fair. And I didn't understood then that this is how the world works. Or maybe I understood it, I don't know. So I didn't want to work for someone who was less prepared than I, twice my age, who was bossing me around, really only doing his job because this is what you do in a multinational company. I was unable to cope with that mentality. And I quit that job and I returned to my company being just an accountant for small clients, and I've been doing that ever since. And this was the best decision because I got to experience a little bit of that life, so I don't have any regrets on that part, and it's good that I experienced it, but it's better than that I left and I came around and came to my own business, and I've been my own boss ever since. The fourth best decision, I think it is to invest. All my life I've been raising money. First time I've been raising money to pay for my faculty. Then I raised money to be able to afford a rent, and then I raised money to be able to afford a house, because in Romania we have this culture. In communism, everybody owned their homes, or the majority, 99% of the people own their homes. So I raised money to buy my first home, and then I raised money to buy a bigger home, and so on and so forth. So all my life I was in the process of raising money. Raising money, saving money, it's no stranger to me. But investing money, oh my God. I invest money in the properties that I bought, but I didn't invest money until I discovered the proper knowledge, to say like that. I mean, once I got involved with YouTube and discovered years ago that YouTube is more than a music platform, I also discovered other creators who are talking about financial independence, who are talking about retiring early, who are talking about investment, and I found out that it is not possible to achieve all that if you don't invest your money. And I was so afraid to invest, so afraid. If I cannot feel the property in your hands, I thought that it was too risky. But I learned about it. I learned a lot. I read a lot, I listened to a lot of videos, and they got me convinced to invest on the stock market. And we did that like 1 year. Actually, today, I think we are celebrating 1 year of being invested on the stock market and having our interactive broker account, which is the only broker who works with Romanians for international investment, I mean. So we today got a message from Interactive Brokers saying congratulations, we are today celebrating 1 year since we made that account. And I remember last year today we were in Portugal. If you are watching my previous videos, I will link it here below because it's very interesting, and I will link it down below if you are going to miss it here, the notification. And we were in Portugal. We were staying in an amazing Albufeira Airbnb, and we were thinking at that moment that we are going to sign the deed for our house in Portugal. Of course, that deal fell through, so the bank actually found a problem in our papers. I will also link that below that video. The bank found a problem, and we were unable to sign the documents on our own, and the lawyer signed it on the 24th of December. But we were there at the moment, this day 1 year ago, thinking that we are going to sign the papers. And while we were waiting patiently in our amazing, very nice Airbnb accommodation, we thought that we have to start investing, because we knew that this property in Portugal, it's going to be the end of real estate investing, and now we have to divert our stream of money somewhere else, somewhere that can help us retire early. So we with everything that we read, with the knowledge we took from so many YouTube channels, and with the confidence, because knowledge you find everywhere, but the confidence, we said, okay, we have to invest. We have to take a chance and invest in the stock market. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. We have our house in Portugal, we have our dream, but we have to try this. And we tried it. And we started very, very small. We didn't have any money because we were just buying an apartment in Portugal. So we started very, very small. I think our first investment, my first investment was 200 euros or something like that. Very, very small. We didn't know anything. I can honestly say that 1 year on the market, investing your own money and reading every day, because since that day, every day we are watching the market, we are reading articles, we are reading everything that can possibly be read about the companies that we are investing in. And I can honestly say that this was one of the best decisions we made, because also this brought us together as a couple, because now we have a common passion and we share this interest. I cannot say that this is a hobby, it's a real interest. We share this together, and we have so different portfolios. So I invest separately, and my partner invests separately in such a different companies, but we share opinions and we discuss it, and it's such fun to do this together. And it was the best decision also because we invest our money and we have growth that we cannot possibly expect. Of course, the market helped, because this year with the pandemic was crazy on the investment market, and we saw results. But also we compare our portfolios, and I say my company is better, he says no, my company is better, and it's such fun. It's such fun to do this together. So this is why ultimately, apart from the fact that our portfolio grew, and even if we cannot live from those money yet, because 1 year is it's not enough. We need 5 to 8 to 10 years of investments to live off that portfolio. But it's such fun, and we do this together, and this brought us closer together. So guys, these are my best decisions in life. I hope this inspires you to follow your dreams even when you don't see the path, because you don't want to know. Maybe someday I will make a video about how 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I kept saying I want to move out of Romania, I want to buy a house, and everybody was telling me you cannot do that because you are going to lose your stream of income, you don't know to do anything else than to be an accountant in Romania, and you don't have enough money to invest in another country, and how you are going to do that? And I was kept saying, I don't know how, but I'm going to find a way. Keep repeating that every day and you are going to find a way. I promise you, you are going to find a way if you keep thinking about it. Even if I didn't saw that way 5 years, 3 years ago, I found a way. And now it's such a simple way, and everybody could ask, oh, that's simple. Why didn't you see that 5 years ago, 3 years ago? Because I didn't have the knowledge. I didn't have the expertise. I didn't know anything. I didn't know the stuff I knew today. And I'm sure that 5 years from now, I'm going to look back and laugh at myself now that I'm so preoccupied of the fact that I'm going to lose clients because I decided to make that shift to live more in Portugal. And I'm going to laugh and say, you are so stupid. Why didn't you do that more earlier? Because you are going to land on your feet. You know that. You are just scared to do it. But I think in life it's also important to do things in your own time. And doing things in your own time, it's something that I learned from my partner. I hope you are okay, and I hope I am going to see you in my next video tomorrow, because in the month of December we have a video each day. Bye!